Hi, I'm Kirly-Sue and welcome to Kirly-Sue's Plant-Based Show with me, your host, Kirly-Sue. And today I have with me the lovely Victoria Featherstone Pearce, who is also a fellow vegan. Hello, Victoria.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And who is the cute, fluffy one you've got on your lap today?
Oh, this is little Mika. Mika's actually 9 years old. She's one of the first dogs that I rescued. And so she's quite old now. She's quite frail and she needs her mummy, don't you, Mika? They're all around my feet at the moment. So I've been rushing around all day. So I've got them all sitting around my feet at the moment. They're just adorable.
Yes. So we're going to talk a bit more about your dog rescue activities later in the show. But first of all, I just wanted you to tell us a bit about yourself and what your vegan journey is as well. So kind of your kind of job roles and then a bit about your vegan journey. So tell
Yeah. Well, gosh, job roles. Well, I've had so many, but I would say it's more the entertainment industry. So I've done presenting, modeling, acting, radio presenting, and that's how we met in the beginning.
Yes.
So that's always been sort of my lifestyle, really. But at the moment, I am a writer for Vegan Life magazine. I run my dog charity K-9 Angels along with my friends, and I'm also a vegan influencer, if you like, because I've been a vegan now for 20 years. And my journey with veganism, I mean, it kind of started when I was 7. I turned vegetarian. It was 6 or 7 when my dad brought 2 ducklings home. And I would ask why we're eating meat when we have ducklings in our garden running around, and they were just the cutest little things. And I became vegetarian at the age of 7. And then it wasn't until 20 years ago I went to a talk, the vegan charity Viva. Yes. And Juliet Gallatley was giving a talk about the dark side of dairy. And it wasn't until then it kind of hit me like lightning, because I think I felt I should have already known these things. But of course, all of that is so hidden. And when I found out about the dark side of dairy, that was it. The next day, everything that was dairy that was in my fridge, yogurts, milk, chocolate, was all just thrown away. There was no way I was going to have anything more to do with the dairy industry or be a vegetarian, because I realised there's so much cruelty still carrying on. Even if you're a vegetarian, you think you're doing your bit, you're helping, but it's kind of half the story, really. There's a lot more to it. So it was around 20 years ago I became vegan, and I haven't looked back.
So you became a vegan before the kind of latest onset trend. So what was it like being a vegan back then?
Yeah, it honestly, I mean, you must have seen this yourself, but it's changed, I think, probably in the last 5 years, maybe 10 years.
Yeah, it's
changed so much. And it's actually amazing to be around right now for many reasons, but just seeing that change from, going into a restaurant before and wanting something, wanting to be sociable with your friends and family and just saying, well, I'll have chips or I'll have salad, but actually going to restaurants now and there's a whole full vegan menu. And in fact, a lot of restaurants that were, predominantly meat are now gone completely vegan. So the change has just been quite remarkable, quite unbelievable, and really just amazing to watch. I mean, it's gone from 0 to 100 really quickly in the last 5 years. And I think, of course, veganism and vegetarianism has been around for so long, but I think obviously with the internet and well-known people and people being able to spread activism and let more people know and have a platform and let more people know, it's just spread like wildfire. And I couldn't be happier that every time I see vegan menus or vegan clothes or vegan makeup, the smile on my face, I'm just like, yes, I'm so happy. I could cry, honestly. I get really emotional about it, but it's just like we're getting there. We are definitely making strides, and really big ones at the moment. And I just hope and pray that just keeps moving forward, because, well, the whole world needs to go vegan for many reasons, as you know.
I think veganism is here to stay. So I had a good vegan week, I call it. So I went to Rudy's Vegan Diner in Islington, because I live in North London. And it's a wonderful feeling to go into somewhere to eat and you don't have to ask, is it vegan? What's the ingredients?
Yeah.
Have it, you get like the poor relation menu with nothing on it, or one option, or there's a vegan option. And I always think the same way people who eat meat and fish don't all like the same thing when you give them options. It's the same for vegans. We don't all like the same things.
Yeah.
More than one option. So it was great to go into Rudy's Vegan Diner and have something there for lunch. And then I also shopped for the first time for Vegan Kind supermarket. They have an online supermarket, and it's just wonderful to not have to read.
They're fantastic.
Yes, because sometimes they say it's vegan and occasionally it's not. And then sometimes it is suitable for vegans, and then it doesn't say, I mean, you know this, and then it doesn't say. So it's always about reading stuff and checking and, cross-referencing everything. So it was amazing to shop at a supermarket where I just thought, right, I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have that.
Yeah, it really is amazing.
And they deliver in 24 hours, which is brilliant, to my door. I love it. Since all this lockdown deliveries to your door, I'm like a kid in a candy store. Anything, what else can I have delivered?
I love that. And it's across the board now, isn't it? Food, fashion, makeup, handbags, shoes, everything. It's just, I've got hats made from cork. They look like leather, but they're made from cork. They're beautiful. And the fashion as well, that's what I write about with Vegan Life, is just becoming so much prettier and, more fashionable, and stuff you really, really want to wear, not clunky shoes, and it's just really nice stuff that people want to wear. It's just really, really is an exciting time.
Yes. So for our viewers and listeners, what would you say is kind of the typical thing you'd eat in a day? So I'm going to share with you what I would kind of typically have, and if you want to go first, or shall I go first?
Oh, well, gosh. Honestly, my days are so different. So I would say I generally have fruit in the morning with vegan yogurt, the one that says it's got protein in. I think it's Alpro, and it's a thicker Greek yogurt, and it's so I have that in the morning. Maybe a protein bar or a protein shake. If I'm out and about, I'll go to Wagamama, because, as you know, they've got the most amazing vegan menu there. Or Pret a Manger, again, they do the most amazing vegan food. If I'm at home, I literally a few weeks ago I started buying Mindful Chef, and the food is unbelievable. And it's just, I got in a little bit of a rut before, because I was doing the same thing every day, just because I was so busy. But the Mindful Chef has got me making lots of different things, and it's just, so it would be something like lentils with vegetables and different spices. And then again in the evening, it may be some tofu that's marinated with some sort of stir fry or something, and then maybe a vegan ice cream for dessert. But the desserts are getting so much better now as well. And I drink a ton of water, and oat milk is my favourite drink with coffee or tea. So that's it, really.
For me, for breakfast, I'm trying to have 1 or 2 meals a day, because I've found that as I'm getting older, because I'm way older than I look.
You look very young.
Thank you. I'm older than I look. The weight starts to pile on, and that's to do with like menopause and things like that. So I have to. I
know, going through the same.
Yeah. So I try to reduce what I'm eating, and I try to have less food in the day. But if I'm having 3 meals in a day, typically for breakfast, I usually have granola that I've made. Usually I'll make it myself, or I will make my own muesli, which is super easy to make, because when I looked up how to make it, I just thought, well, you're not even cooking anything. It's just like putting, assembling, it's not even cooking, it's assembling. So to make it vegan, you just omit some of them have like powdered milk in it and things like that. And it tastes perfectly fine without any of the non-vegan stuff in it. So I will have that, which is a raw food. And I'll have that sometimes with almond milk is my go-to, or I will have some baked fruit. So usually berries. And I have the baked berries because that's nice and warm with the raw muesli as well. So that's something like that for breakfast. Lunch, I do love lentils, red lentils in particular. This week I made a red lentil and sweet potato curry, and I have that with bulgur wheat. I love bulgur wheat.
That's one of my favorites. Yeah, really good.
Bulgur wheat, before I discovered bulgur wheat, when I'd seen it, I just thought it looks like it's trying to be rice, but it's not, because I hadn't tasted it before. I'd just seen it, and then I just thought, let me just give it a go. And now it's like my go-to staple in my cupboard. And I discovered that you can get like a golden one, a brown one, and all of that. It's great.
I'll have to try that. Yeah,
because to cook it as well, it's quicker than rice as well.
Rice does take some time.
So it's because you can cook it in about 10-15 minutes, which is great as well. And then for dinner, I try to keep it light, maybe some kind of salad or something. But those sorts of things are kind of my faves. And I love fruit, any fruit, more or less any fruit. I love fruit. I eat an abundance of it, and I love like raw carrot sticks and stuff like that as well.
You look really healthy. You look really fresh and really healthy.
Thank you. I have been overseas recently filming a series in the Caribbean, so I've got a little bit of
lovely.
Thank you. That was amazing, because what never got done during lockdown, all of a sudden this year it's like, right, it's like, Kirly-Sue, can you do this? Kirly-Sue, is all of those things that were paused, and now the green button has been pressed for this year. So
excellent.
Quite busy. So tell me about your charity that you run. How did you get involved? How did it start, and so forth as well, for the K-9?
Well, K-9 Angels began 10 years ago. It's actually our 10th birthday. We're having a lovely celebration in May in London. And it came about that myself and two friends saw a plea on Facebook. A lady in Romania was asking for help. There was a little dog that was living in a cardboard box in the forest. And we didn't know whether the lady was, a scammer or a real lady or a rescuer. But I took the chance and I sent a little money, 40 euros that she was asking for. And it turns out that she is a real rescuer. So she had I don't know how many dogs in her apartment or a house. I think it might have been 10 or in a small space.
Wow.
And she asked us to rehome this little dog. It was a little Jack Russell. At that point, we'd named that little dog Angel.
Oh.
So we found that little dog, found Angel a home on a ranch in America. And it all just seemed so easy. And we thought, well, we've helped this one little dog. It was so amazing. She went from rags to riches. And we thought, with the contacts we have, this is what we're all about. We're all vegans, vegetarians, and, we love animals. And with all the contacts that we have, why don't we do this? Why don't we start our own charity? And that's how it started. We came up with the name K-9 Angels. And it started 10 years ago, and it's really purely done organically for the love of dogs. We don't get paid. We're all volunteers. We don't have a fancy office, and everything we do is because we just adore dogs. And we're a very small team. There's about 7 of us, and actually the lady that's our trustee that does all the accounting, she has 10 dogs herself. I have 7. So we all have numerous dogs, and I think some of them are actually because we're failed fosterers, because we foster them as well, and then I end up keeping them. But it's just for the love of dogs. And I think once you've like when you've opened the box of veganism and you know what goes on. I mean, it depends why you're vegan, of course. I am vegan for the animals, but once you open that and you see the cruelty to animals, you can never not see that. And I think when we went to Romania and we saw atrocious things, I mean, really awful things, people kicking puppies and dead dogs in fridges, dogs that had been stabbed, dogs that had been abused sexually, dogs that had their faces chopped off because people were angry. And when you see that, you can't unsee that. And, you know, I've come back to my lovely life, but I've never, ever, ever forgotten what goes on. And that's why I still support and do what I do. And that's why the charity does what we do, because we've seen it all firsthand. And all my dogs are rescues. They've all come from different situations, and some have been abused. One was born in a bush. One has one eye. This little Chihuahua, she's, she was just left to fend for herself outside. And when you see these dogs, they're living in fields and they're living in boxes and they're living in derelict buildings, and you see how they're living. It's absolutely shocking. And so many dogs die in really terrible situations. So many puppies are born and they just die on the streets or in fields. So we basically help how we can. So our charity, first of all, we started rehoming all the dogs in the beginning. So I think we've rehomed around 1,200 dogs now. So that's 1,200 dogs that would have just been left. It is a lot. It's a lot. A lot goes into rehoming a dog, and behind the scenes, we've raised around £750,000. We've sterilised over 2,000 dogs, and for each dog you sterilise, I believe it's one bitch and her offspring can have up to 67,000 puppies if left within 6 to 7 years. Can have that amount of puppies. So by sterilising one dog, you're preventing mass suffering to many other puppies.
Right.
So we go out and sterilise 100 dogs at a time. We send regular food for regular aid, food and medical care, and pay for shelters and things to be built for the dogs. So we really do absolutely everything. We campaign as well in the UK, and we go to Parliament quite regularly. And we're just using what we can, and obviously the people that we get to meet when we're out and about, and to spread the word, and really just, you know, say adopt, don't shop, and make it kind of, I wouldn't say trendy, but just show people that actually rescue dogs are worth giving a chance to. You know, there's so many dogs up and down the country, in the UK as well, that need homes, and yet people still buy dogs. And I personally don't understand that. So we would always rather people go and rescue a dog rather than buy a dog. And it's been 10 years of my life now, and I pray and I hope that it goes on for another 10 years. It's really, I feel really privileged, and it's just a really special charity to be involved in. As I said, it's all done out of love for dogs, and we're all done. We'll work on a voluntary basis. So
whereabouts is the charity based? Is it based in the UK or is it based overseas? How does it work?
I can see hair flying. I don't know if you can see it.
No.
As a straight meeker, I can see hair flying everywhere.
No.
We're based in the UK, but we don't have an office and we don't have a shelter here. So we built a shelter in Romania, and we have dogs in the shelter there. But if people want to adopt dogs, we show the dogs that are already out there that we're helping. We show them online, and we tell new adopters about the dogs and everything. So we kind of match the dog to the adopter.
Right.
For instance, one dog might not be able to go to one person because of their lifestyle, but may be able to go to somebody else. So it's really important to get the right home, so they're not, because sometimes dogs do come back to the charity, and of course we don't want that to keep happening. So it's really important that, we might get 10, 15, 20 people ask about the same dog, and it's really important. We have to go through all of those people to find the right home. So it's not something that takes 5 minutes. It's quite a lot of work involved, finding the homes for the dogs.
Yes, because a dog is for life, not for Christmas only. Yeah.
Absolutely, and they're not gifts either. Gosh, I get so annoyed when people say they're going to give a dog as a gift. I'm like, oh my God, you wouldn't give a baby as a gift. You wouldn't give another animal as a gift. I wouldn't have thought anyway. So I just don't see why dogs are given as gifts, living beings, and should never be given as a gift. But yeah, mine are all my family. They do what they want. They're very spoilt. Yeah, they're the loves of my life, along with the charity. So
okay, that's lovely. So I wanted to ask you about your award now. You won an award for Influencer of the Year.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Tell us.
Well, that came about, we had lockdown, and it was very, obviously very depressing. And the London Lifestyle Awards is something that celebrates everything that's good about London, whether it be restaurants, clubs, bars, influencers, hairdressers, beauty salons. And I was nominated for an award, and I went along to this very glamorous awards night in London, and it was a fantastic night. And it was just so good to be out. I think about 8 of my friends were with me and my husband. And it was just so amazing to be out and about and dressed up, because obviously the lockdown, you couldn't go out for a very long time. And I really was not expecting to win. And I did win. And even when they said my name, I sat there like, did they just say my name? And I won London's Lifestyle Influencer of the Year, and that was last year. And that's for my work with the charity and also the veganism as well. So it's really nice to be seen as a positive influence on people. And it was a really special night, and it was really special to win the awards.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. And you said you have an event coming up that you're doing. Is that you're doing?
Yeah, well, we're celebrating K-9 Angel's 10th birthday, and again with the lockdown and everything, it's just really nice to get glammed up and go out and celebrate. But it is a fundraiser as well. We're fundraising for our Ukrainian appeal to help pets that are fleeing with refugees, or pets that have been left behind, sadly been left behind. We're trying to help those as well. So all the funds from the night will be going to those as animals, dogs and cats and any other animals we can help. And the lovely Eamon Holmes kindly said he would host our event. So we're so happy about that. We've met Eamon on a few different events, and we actually met him at number 10 party. So number 10 Downing Street, that is. And he's just a really nice person, and is really supportive of the charity. So he kindly donated and said that he would host our event. So we're very much looking forward to that. And it's so it is a celebration, but it's also a fundraiser, and everything will be vegan. There'll be vegan champagne, vegan canapes, vegan goodie bags, vegan founders. So again, just spreading a really positive message, and that will be in May on the 24th.
Okay, whereabouts will it be, and what will kind of happen on the night?
Oh, well, so far we have it will be in London on the King's Road, Chelsea. Okay. So far we have dancers, we have a singer, we have a magician. There's quite a few things going on. Some vegan brands going to be there, a dog food brand going to be there. Quite a few celebrities will be there. A few magazines, quite a lot of media. So, and hopefully some of our adopters will be there as well. We have invited them. So I know lots of people live all over the country, so it's not always easy to get there. And it is a dog-friendly event as well. So there'll be a few dogs there as well.
Okay.
Well, I say a few, probably about 30 or 40.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I know.
Yeah.
But I'll only be taking one of mine. I can't take all 7. But yeah, I'll take little Hero, the Pomeranian.
It sounds like a great event. Is it open to anyone who wants to come, or is it like an invitee only?
It is invite only at the moment,
Right.
because we do have, obviously we've rehomed over 1,200 dogs. So it needs to go to our adopters first, and then obviously then we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, so it is an invite only at the moment.
Right. Okay, sounds like a great event.
Yeah,
we've gone more or less come to the end of our time. So
really, that's gone so fast.
yes, it has. So for your K-9 Angels, if people want to get in touch and know a bit more, where could they find the contact details for that online? Is there a website, Instagram?
Yeah, we're a website. I haven't said the website address in a while now. It's www.k-9angels.org. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok. So it's K-9 Angels. And please support us in any way that you can. Share our posts, donate, buy our merchandise, adopt a dog, volunteer, help us. Anything and everything is really appreciated.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. It's been lovely speaking to you today.
Yeah, and you.
I'm sure our paths will cross again very soon. So see you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.